What makes Venezuela unique from an architectural perspective?
Hi, I am Andrea Peroso. In this project, I want to show why Venezuela is unique from an architectural perspective, analyzing the following 7 points: color, light, texture, acoustics, circulation, rhythm, and scale. Venezuela is a tropical country that has some defined characteristics that help to define how the practice of architecture is. Now, we are going to see with existing examples how all these 7 points can determine the Venezuelan architecture. The use of color in architecture. Church Santa Barbara, Maracaibo, Venezuela. This church is a clear example of the use of brilliant color in Venezuelan architecture as a strategy to reflect sunlight and refresh the inside. In this case, the blue color of the walls is also related to the Virgin Maria because this is the color that represents her. Aula Magna, Central University of Venezuela, Caracas, Venezuela. Carlos Raúl Villanueva. The interior of the Aula Magna is a very impressive example of the effect that colors could have in people, and it is also a good example of the union of art, architecture, and engineering. This is because of the use of the biomorphic forms hinging in the roof as an acoustic system. Those forms are in different warm colors that resemble a sunrise and create a magnificent and peaceful atmosphere. Club Táchira, Caracas, Venezuela. Fruto Vivos. The use of color in this building shows in a very good way the Venezuelan statement of being in the tropic, by the use of brick masonry and wood in contrast to the green roof that resemble natural colors. Light architecture. An example of the good use of light in Venezuela architecture is the Plaza Cubierta, located in the UCV, Caracas, and designed by the architect Carlos Raúl Villanueva. In this undercover space, Villanueva lets filtrate sunlight in different ways, creating sensations as the cave effect seen in this picture. In this picture, we can see how Villanueva designed spaces in which the general light filtrates through a beautiful lattice works, creating a game of light that generates calm and warm sensations that invites people to stay there. Villanueva used the roof as an architectural element whose shape is according to the needs. That is why in specific areas the roof let pass the sunlight as an accent light that emphasizes the position of some piece of art, as we can see in the picture. Texture in architecture. The Teresa Carreño Theater is one of the most important cultural complexes of Latin America. It is located in the center of Caracas, Venezuela, and as we can appreciate, this theater reflects the good use of texture in architecture. As we can see in the photo, the Teresa Carreño Theater is almost in total made with concrete, but we can also see some texture made with the same material. These textures are clearly used to differentiate the diverse volumes according to its function. This is the case of the stairs surrounded with the black glass, giving it a glassy texture, or even the big volume with the raw texture in the facade that gives it the sensation of importance because of its size and change of texture. In this picture took with the garden of the theater, it's interesting to see the texture made in the floor with concrete figures to mark a way. It is also amazing to contrast between the smooth grass texture and the rough texture of the concrete figures that create a cozy and beautiful space that makes you want to stay there. Acoustics architecture. Villanueva designed the aula magna of the UCV as a meeting place for the artists and intellectuals most important of the world. For this reason, she ensured that its design could provide a suitable atmosphere for musicians to show their art and the present, an experience that many have defined as almost religious. Alexander Keller always assisted by acoustic engineers, was in charge of putting art technical Villanueva desires. Calder put floating clouds that gave the space a perfect sound for placing on the stage the best chamber orchestra and choral voices more delicate. Reed architecture. In the Central University of Venezuela, designed by the famous architect Carlos Raúl Villanueva, we can notice that there is a ring in buildings that combine modern architecture with art. A clear example of this is the building of the Faculty of Engineering, seen in the picture, which has a ring of lines in the front wall that could be said is inspired by the style of Piet Mondrian, in which there is a marked rhythmical character based on repetitions of wall plans and windows and on alternations of closed and open views. In the other hand, open of length lines is softened by the contrast created between the lines and the wreath of curves on the roof. Circulation architecture. Millennium Mall, located in Caracas, Venezuela, and opened in December 2008, is nowadays one of the most emblematic malls because of its modern design and contribution to the community that surrounds it, since its internal spaces were turned into the street and its occupants, creating a covered plaza facing the Avenue Rómulo Gallegos. It also integrates the Plaza Miranda from an urban redesign. As well, it has close connection to the metro station. From the point of view of the vertical and horizontal movement, we can say that the mall presents a perfect balance between both. We can notice that there is the presence of vertical circulation systems as escalators and elevators, strategically located in the center that allow more direct connection between each floor. Similarly, there are ramp systems that also allow a vertical connection and offer an horizontal path through a space. Finally, in as much of horizontal circulation, there are the presence of bridges connecting each floor horizontally through the large empty core. In conclusion, the mall has very fluid system of circulation that offers different options depending of the activity you want to achieve in the mall and offers a direct connection with the environment. Space and scale architecture. An example of the good use of human scale in Venezuelan architecture is the covered plaza, which has roof heights adequate to humans' proportion, and the use of light is also right with the human scale sensory, creating a cozy and comfortable space. In conclusion, because of its warmth, its climate, and its people, I can say that Venezuela is unique in any sense, even in architecture. From the study of each of the 7 concepts, color, light, texture, acoustics, rim, vertical and horizontal circulation, and space and scale, we can notice that the buildings emphasize the tropical joy and feeling of the country. Also, we can see how those concepts evolve with the society and mark the moment when the Venezuelan cities start to modernize. I also think that this project has been very helpful to better understand these concepts, which are the essence of the architecture. It is also interesting to observe these concepts and exemplify from existing works in our country. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.